here with Diamonds and Doxies. I'm glad you're here. If you are new, hi, welcome. This is pretty much a diamond painting content channel. Yeah, mostly that's what it is. So anyway, I'm glad you're here. I hope you'll consider subscribing and give me a thumbs up. That would really make my day. And if you're not new here, well, hi, welcome back. I'm glad you're back. So today, you might notice if you've been here that I've been working on the Sugar Skull Dachshund by Art and Soul Diamonds. Well, I decided to put it away for a little bit, kind of change speeds a little bit. So I'm going to work on this kit. It goes in a frame, and it's from Addison Lane Designs, and it's from Etsy. I bought several, close to a year ago now, and I've done some of them, and I really like them, so I decided I wanted something small to do for a little bit. So we're going to get into this. I will link her shop in the description box below, so be sure to check it out. And sorry y'all, now Gus wants out. There, okay, it scared me for a minute. I thought maybe it was stuck to this, but anyway, you know how to do it. Here's her social. She's on Etsy, Instagram, and then there's her Gmail account. So yes, thank you for your order. And I don't know that I did an unboxing for these because I think it was before I had a YouTube channel. But anyway, you got it's only 9 colors, so it's pretty easy. And the effect picture and the drill point, so they're the same. Everything is the same. And then when we get done, we'll open this up and put it inside, and we'll have us a little picture. It comes with your basic toolkit. I will not be using any of this, so yeah, I'll set that aside. I'm going to use my Muni-Made tray. I ordered it with a kit. You can get a tray. You can add it on to a kit, so I did. And I really do like the trays. People keep saying there's like a year wait if you want to get on the list, and I have not done that, so I can't say, but I like the tray I got. Okay, I think I'm going to have to let Gus out, so hang on a second. Hang on. All right, Gus, you know you're going to want to be back in just a second. Go on. Okay, sorry about that. So anyway, what I like to do is just start with one color drill and just go. So it looks like we have a lot of ones, and I'm sure that's going to be white, so let's do that. Now, I need to make sure here because one is 5200. Look, there's a big white one, which is 1332, so that's number 9. Oh, okay, I see. Oh Lord, where are my scissors? Here they are. Yeah, I decided to, there's a U-Haul truck just went by. I decided to put the Sugar Skull away. I love the kit, love the drills, love the canvas, all of those things. What I don't love is all the ABs, so yeah, it's just too much color blocking with ABs, and then what was it? Color blocking was insane confetti, and I'm telling you, they both took the same amount of time. So, well, color blocking probably took longer. So I just decided, I'm not having fun, I'm not enjoying it, so let's just move on. So we'll start over here first, and I will let you know what's been going on. Well, I think that U-Haul is going to my old house. Interesting. Okay. Okay. They shouldn't be doing that right now. But anyway, so what have I been up to? Well, y'all, if you've been around, you know that I was in the process of selling my house, packing up my house, moving my house, all of those wonderful things. Well, I closed on it at 11 o'clock this morning, and yeah, so that's behind me. I sure hope it is actually funded, because it appears they are moving in, and you're not supposed to do that until the house is funded. But it will be. I'm not worried about it. But anyway, so yes, that is done. And I am so relieved that that part is behind me. Now, if we could just get this remodeling situation taken care of, this would be great. You know, they keep saying, well, it's now that the demo's done, it's going to go fast. Well, I swear the demo's been done 2 or 3 weeks, and it's just not going as fast as I think it should go. But they did lay the tile in the kitchen and the utility room, the breakfast room, you know, all those areas there. So I got all new tile there, and I'm happy about that. It looks wonderful. I don't have much of an imagination, so when I'm looking at, you know, a few pieces of tile, you know, like a 2 by 2 foot section, it's hard for me to imagine what it looks like, you know, on a large scale. So I'm very proud of it. I love it. But I think there's going to be a problem with the wood floor. They cannot get a delivery date. So I said today that, you know, if that's going to be a problem, the only reason we chose that wood was because it matched what was already in part of the house. I think they were probably in the middle of redoing the floors when, you know, her husband became ill and passed away. So they had a lot left over, and the living room and the dining room were already in that wood. So I was like, yeah, we can just continue on with this. Well, if they're not going to be able to get the wood, I mean, I'm not married to it. It's not the wood I personally picked out, but I was okay with it. So I don't want it to hinder our progress. So I said, just let me know. I mean, I'm happy to find something else. So we shall see. He's supposed to call me. So if he does, then I'll have to pause the video, of course. So, and then we're getting our irrigation system fixed today. They're out there doing that. It was in bad repair. So having to do that. And let's see. Moved in here with Max. Now that this, you know, house selling is behind me, I'm going to fix this weekend. I'm going to, because of the stuff I brought over, I haven't put most of it away. It's just still in bags and boxes and stuff like that. So I need to go through and put it where it needs to go. Don't want to get too moved in because, you know, crossing my fingers, hoping that we will be moving soon, you know, but I also don't want to live out of boxes and bags. So, yeah, there's that. And then Wednesday, I think I told y'all that I've been having shoulder pain and back pain and, you know, just pain, right? So, and then my left shoulder pain started pretty much when I started packing stuff, you know, and moving stuff to get my house ready to go on the market. And it just hasn't gotten any better. It's just gotten worse. So I had to go in and see my PCP anyway. So I told her about it. She went to touch my shoulder and I about jumped out of my skin. I was like, no, that hurt. She was like, wow, I didn't barely touch you. I'm like, well, it hurt. So she sent me to a doctor there in her office that specializes in sports medicine. So I went and saw her on Wednesday, and after an examination and an x-ray, I also had an x-ray done, she came to the conclusion that I have frozen shoulder. It's like, oh, great. So she was like, well, the way we treat it is with the steroid injection. Now, I was not anticipating a steroid injection, but, you know, what are you going to do? And I was like, okay, well, all right. So she gave me a steroid injection, and then I think today is the day. Yeah, today's Friday, so yeah, today I need to start working on exercises. So I'll do that because it's been, and at first, you know, I got the steroid injection and they always put a little bit of lidocaine in it. And So at first I was like, oh, look, my shoulder feels like a normal shoulder. I can move it. And, well, I couldn't really move it, but it didn't hurt, you know. And, but then that wore off. And then my shoulder was killing me. I was like, okay, this is worse than what it was when I got this shot. So, of course, I Googled it, and it said that was, you know, not real common, but it wasn't uncommon. So, apparently the steroid can crystallize, which, as you can imagine, then it gets stuck in your joints and stuff. So, it can make the pain worse, but it should go away within 48 hours. So, it's better than it was yesterday, for sure. But not all the way yet. But, so I do these exercises, right? Because she asked me, she said, you want to go to physical therapy? You want to do them at home? I was like, I want to do them at home. She said, okay, you can do these exercises, but if you're not noticing any difference whatsoever, I need you to go to physical therapy because they're going to work your shoulder trying to break up the scar tissue. That's what it's caused from, scar tissue. And so, you know, you need to break that up. And she said, and if that doesn't work, then the next thing they do is they put you under and they manually manipulate your shoulder to break up all the scar tissue so that your shoulder can move. So I'm like, okay. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. My back, I mean, you know, I guess yesterday I wasn't feeling well. And my back was killing me, and my shoulder was killing me. It just, you know, I was getting kind of cranky. And I thought, man, I'm tempted to go to the emergency room and just go, here, fix me. I'm not leaving here until you fix me. Tired of being in pain. But I didn't, of course. But I hope it gets better soon. You know, I don't think I told y'all, this is my new pen. I swear the camera just doesn't do it justice. But this is my, yeah, I need to put some washi tape around that. But this is from Leopard Leatherworks. Isn't it gorgeous? The blank, I think, is from Troy Shipley, I think. And I sent it over to Tim over there to turn it for me. And I just love it. So anyway, that's my pen. Now let's see. Oh, yes. So, you know, I think I told you my blood pressure was low. And so I quit taking my blood pressure medicine because I had high blood pressure. And so when I went to the doctor, I said, okay, I quit taking it. And so they checked it with the machine, and then she checked it the old-fashioned way, you know, with her stethoscope. And she was like, well, your blood pressure is really good. It was like 117/72. And she goes, and that's without nothing. For how long? I said, for about 3 weeks. She was like, okay, well, I think it's safe to say then that you don't need to take your blood pressure medicine anymore. I was like, yay. So, you know, there's that. There's that part. That's good. Sorry, I had to get a drink. I also have some unboxings to do. Even though I'm on a no-buy, I'm really not on a no-buy. I mean, you know. But anyway, but I bought some diamond art clubs from Amazon. I just love those kits. They're great to have on hand. They're small, so you can get stuff done. You know, I just absolutely love them. So they're all rounds, though. But if you're used to doing squares and you don't like rounds, but you're not sure if you like rounds or whatever, they'd be a great way to practice. I like both. And now Gus wants in. Of course he does. All right, hold on. I'll be right back. I may have to turn the light on. All right, Gus. Come on. You coming in too, Snoop? Okay. Okay. Now they're both in here. It looks like I've got the blind open, but it looks like a cloud is coming over. So I hope y'all can see okay if you're watching. I think most people don't watch, but some people do. I usually don't watch either. Unless it's like an unboxing or something like that. And even then I listen and will look up occasionally. So I guarantee you by the time I get done with this kit, I'll be like, okay, I don't want to do any rounds, which is too bad because for Muka Mania, my Muka painting that I pulled out is round. I do have a square one or two, but they're packed away. So, and if you saw my storage unit, there is no way I am going through all those boxes. No siree. So that's okay. But anyway, so last night, you know, I was going through my YouTube and trying to find something to watch to help me go to sleep. And they had Phantom of the Opera, the play. I forget where it was being held. Phantom of the Opera is my most favorite musical play, whatever you want to call it. And so I started watching that, and I was like, oh no, this isn't going to work. This is not going to help me go to sleep, because for whatever reason, that music just, I don't know, just, I feel sorry for the Phantom. I mean, you know, it just gets me all up in my feels, and invariably, I mean, I've seen it, I don't know how many times, I've seen it live twice, and I own the movie part of it, you know, but every time it makes me cry. I think because I'm like, oh, the Phantom is just misunderstood. You know? No, I felt sorry for him. I don't know if you're supposed to or not, but I did. Snoopy, stop. You cannot. No. All right, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay. Max was doing something in the kitchen. They heard him, so it had to be a thing. Yeah. But anyway, so I've got this unboxing to do, but I don't have the room that I had before well, I would always do my unboxings on the kitchen counter or on my dining room or breakfast room table. So I don't really have the room. I mean, I guess I could. I'm not used to filming with anyone around. So it makes me kind of, I don't know, self-conscious, I guess. So when we get to the new house, I'll have a craft room. So that should be a little bit better. But, we're going to see, because that craft room is going to be, I've got 2 desks to put in there. So instead of having 2 desks in different parts of the house like I did before, I will have 2 desks in one room so I can rotate, because for the longest time, I never had more than one WIP at a time. Just never did. Didn't make sense to me. Didn't understand it. Well, then I decided, you know, I think it was for an event. I was like, well, I'm not through with this one, but I want to work on this for the event. And so I was like, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'll keep a round and a square going. And that has worked out so well for me, because I do get tired of doing the same one over and over. It's like, oh, I'm tired of rounds. I'm tired of squares. And it's so funny, because once I then move to something else, it's like, oh, rounds, I love you, I've missed you. And then after a while of doing rounds, it's like, I hate rounds. So I get bored with rounds quicker than I do square. Square just, I love squares because you can line up so good. It's just like everything fits. I think that's why I like quilting, because everything just fits. I like the angles, I think. I don't know. I don't know what it is. And I never really knew that about me until I started diamond painting. Oh, God. Now he wants back in again. See, I have to keep the door shut because, again, I'm very self-conscious about recording. Hang on, let me let him in again. That's what I do. My job. So, but, yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I've really been missing making videos. But now that my house is sold, it's a done deal. I feel like I can relax a little bit, you know. I can take a breather and now just focus on waiting for the new house to be remodeled. So, yeah, that's good. So I would like to get back to 2 videos a week. Believe it or not, it really helps me mentally. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm talking to my friends, like y'all were just sitting here. In my mind, I just envision y'all sitting here and we're talking. Of course, I wish y'all could talk back to me. But I know there's discord, but, and I don't want to say I'm too old to learn anything new, because that's not true. You're never too old to learn anything new. I think it's I lack the desire to want to learn anything new. That's probably more accurate than being too old, because you're not. It's not like you lose, you know, IQ, I don't think. Maybe you do. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I have, but I felt like that after, you know, having babies. Well, but anyway, I hope you let me know down below what y'all have been up to, what's been going on with y'all. So I haven't kept up with the new releases that Diamond Art Club's coming out with. I mean, I've only seen maybe 14 maybe of the new releases for the Christmas winter season. And so far, you know, because I'm trying, again, I'm living on, you know, out of bags and boxes and stuff. So it just makes 0 sense for me to go and get, you know, bunches of kits that I'm just going to have to move again. So, or go put in storage. And honestly, nothing so far, that is subject to change, has just reached out to me and said, oh no, I have to have you. I have to work on you right away. So I already have a lot of Christmas because, well, that is actually one of my favorite holidays. I know a lot of people really love Halloween. I love fall, but I'm not really into, you know, traditional Halloween stuff unless it's cute or something. But Christmas, yes, I do love winter and Christmas. And I've really enjoyed some of the Hanukkah stuff. Even I'm not Jewish, but they're so pretty. You know, they really are very pretty. So, but again, you know, if I see something, if they end up coming out with something that's just a be-all, end-all for me, I will get it because, you know, I don't want to regret not getting it later down the road. But I still have Christmas kits or winter kits, whatever. Ah, jeez. From last year. So, yeah. Maybe not. And it doesn't even, you know, there for a little bit, for a minute or two, it felt like fall outside. The humidity dropped. And I mean, at one point we were getting down into the 40s overnight. But I tried to sit outside earlier today with the pups. And I was like, oh, hell, it feels like summertime again. And the humidity's back. So we sure could use some rain. I don't think we've had rain in 3 or 4 weeks. I mean, and that's how it goes here. That is how it goes. It seems, you know, it'll be like it's been raining for 2 months, and you know, then it quits and it doesn't start again. So yeah, hopefully soon. I figure since we're getting our irrigation system redone at the new house, it'll start raining. Which is fine, because I don't want to have to pay a water bill, you know. But I'm ready for it to We need some rain. We really do. But I saw a weatherman saying that we were being influenced by a La Nina, not to be confused with an El Nino. And I think Nina means less, warmer temperatures and less precipitation. So that will explain it. That would explain it. But I see some of y'all that are like, birds, cold. You know, we had our first snow. I'm like, ugh, stop it. One of the channels I follow, he was up in northern Minnesota on the Canadian border, and he was like, it's in the 60s, you know. It's not supposed to be this way when it's almost November. So I've never been to Minnesota. I'd like to go. We're talking about, and we usually take a trip in the spring and in the fall. Now, for obvious reasons, we didn't this year take a fall trip. But I think in the spring, oh, jeez, I really need to do something about that. I've got, oh, here's some washi tape. Let me do this. We have never been to Kentucky. So I was looking up Kentucky, and there's a lot of stuff to see. Well, Max actually decided, he's like, hey, we've never been to Mammoth Cave. I was like, no. He goes, well, it's in Kentucky. He's supposed to be the largest or something, or the longest or something in the world. And I was like, okay, well, let's go to Kentucky. Well, we like to do where we go to a state, and especially when it's semi-close to home, and just spend our whole time checking out that state. You know, like, what all is this place about? You know, see all the parts of the state, because it's not really fair to judge a state based on one area, because, you know, you get in different areas and you see different things. So, yeah. So I think we're going to try for Kentucky, because we haven't been there. And I was looking at the map, and it was like, oh, wow, I mean, we've been to Missouri. Well, we've been to the Branson area, and you're coming up from Hot Springs. So we haven't been to this part, but, you know, you've got so many states. You got Ohio. I mean, there's so many states around it that we have not been to. So it's like, well, we got to jump in, right? You know, just to say, well, we've been here now. So I think that's going to be in the spring, but I need to see when the Richmond, Virginia retreat is. I think it's in May. I don't know, but I'm looking forward to that too. I know one person's going to be there that I'm anxious to meet. You might have seen her, Gems Divine. Yeah, she's going, and it's her first retreat too. So we're both newbies. And I didn't feel so nervous about it because you can get your own hotel room. And see, that's always a fear of mine, because sometimes I have a hard time sleeping, and I'm a light sleeper. So if I have somebody, you know, that makes noises. I mean, people, you know, it happens, right? Heck, I probably snore and don't know it. Well, Max hasn't mentioned that I do. It's just probably a wise thing for him not to do. But, yeah, it's like, oh, I have to have a quiet space. I am, and, you know, I didn't really realize how much of an introvert I was. I don't even know if I ever used that term on myself, because I never really knew what it meant. But I have learned that I am an introvert. You know, I just, being around people exhausts me. And I'm not saying, you know, I don't like people, or, you know, I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is just even making small talk and smiling all the time, it exhausts me. And it's like, I just need to, you know, be alone, not hear anything. I just need peace and quiet. And so it's like, I just don't think I'm the kind of person that shares a room well. And I mean, there's no point in me being miserable, right? I mean, everybody should have a good time. So I'm like, well, let me see what a retreat's like. And so this will be a good one because I can have my own room. And if it gets to be overwhelming, I can just go to my room and chill, you know, just get away from everybody. I don't have to be around people all the time. So, yeah. I did that even when I sold Tupperware and we went to the different conventions and stuff because you share rooms. And I would be like, okay, here's the deal. You know, if I'm in my room and I got my headphones on, just play like I'm not there. Just ignore me. Because I don't want to talk. I don't want to, you know, don't want to socialize. I just want to be quiet. Because there was 3 of us to a room. There should have been 4 of us to a room. But I was like, I am not sleeping with somebody in my bed. I cannot do that. That's a definite no-no. So there was 3 people in our room. So even at the Richmond, Virginia, they were like, okay, well, do you just want 2 queen beds? I was like, no, I want a king-size bed. Thank you very much. Like, oh, okay. It's like, I'd rather have, why would I want, you know, 2 queens? Just give me one big old bed that I can sprawl out in. Because that's what I'm going to do. But, yeah. And then we'll see. Then I'll see how much energy it takes for me. And then I'll be able to tell whether or not, you know, I could handle sharing a space with people. Maybe it's not as hard. But I mean, I know this craft has a lot of people that are, you know, introverts or have anxiety. So it's not just me. It's not just me. But I have to have quiet and unwind. So, and I've heard a lot of people say that, you know, they'll stay up all night. And I'm like, I do not want to stay up all night. Oh, this boy's killing me. Now he wants out again because he heard Maggie, or I guess maybe Maggie or Snoopy, playing with the squeaky toy. So, anyway. So, I keep getting sidetracked. So, back to these new releases that are coming out tomorrow, these 30 new releases. Is there something that you just have to have? I'd like to know what everybody's wanting. I have seen a couple. I don't remember the names that I thought, oh, I might get that, but not right now. But I haven't seen them all. So, I mean, definitely if there's like a Christmas dachshund or something, that's just going to have to happen. But it probably won't be. It probably won't be. I'm getting now where I can tell an Eau Claire studio. They all kind of look alike, in my opinion. Yeah, I saw that little house, whatever it was, and I was like, oh, that's an Eau Claire studio. Sure enough, it was. And, you know, they put out those 2 dachshunds, and, of course, I bought both of them. And I got so burned out on one that I mean, the other one's like, yeah, I'll do you another day. You're just not doing it for me. So, but anyway. So I'm interested to know. You already have your eye on something? I need to look to see when some of my points expire because I have really cut back on my spending, but I don't want to lose any of my points because I have no intention of not being diamond every year. So I don't want to lose any of my points. And really and truly, it doesn't take much to be diamond or to keep it. So not in the scheme of things. I think I just really like the rendering style on Diamond Art Club. I definitely like hand rendered. And at first I was like, I don't know the difference. Well, you will. You will once you get a computer rendered. It's like, okay, I get it now. And that's another thing. I was like so excited. I haven't even got a trading card. That's just how long it's been since I bought anything. But I was like, oh yeah, I want to do a custom because I think it would be great, their rendering style. And then I found out, no, they don't do the render, don't do hand rendering. And I'm like, well, darn it. That's what I want. So I'm not as excited about it anymore. Hang on, that's my real estate agent. Hang on. Hey, y'all, I'm sorry for the interruptions. Gus can't decide if he wants to be with me. And now I'm hot. Oh my gosh, let me turn on my fan. I hope that doesn't bother y'all. Just getting up and down, making me hot. Yeah, and now I hear him at the door sniffing. This may have to be a short one again, guys. I may finish this little section here, and you know, it's like having kids. It's worse. As kids, you can say, go play, I'm busy, and they will. Dogs are like, I hear your voice, I see your lips moving, but your words mean nothing to me. What are y'all working on? What are y'all doing while I'm diamond painting and burning your ears off? Y'all doing something fun? Are you diamond painting or knitting or crocheting or something fun? Or are you doing housework or work, period? And if you are having to do something that's not so fun, I hope I make it a little bit more enjoyable for you. And then I hope you're having a good day. And if you're not, I'm sorry. I know it sounds corny and it's a cliche that this too shall pass, and you know, and it does, but you really don't want to hear that, you know, when you're not having a good day. But I hope I bring you a little bit of something to help you forget about your bad day. A little escape. I think everybody needs that. Diamond painting really helps me escape. And I'm excited that I can get back into it a little bit more. So, and I hope I can get back to making 2 videos a week because I really miss it. I really do. I really, really do. I'm trying to think of anything else. I know there's been tons of stuff going on, but nothing's really. I should really keep notes. Really, I should, because then I'm like, did I already tell them this? Am I boring them to death? But you know, I've never been a note taker. Never. And it's never been good that I haven't. It's just, I don't know. Now, a lot of people put together to-do lists, and I tried that, and then I'm like, where the heck did I put my to-do list? So, yeah. Yeah, he's scratching now. Well, I want to put these here. Now, see, all I'll do is, I know I'm going to live dangerously, but I'm just going to put these back in here. And because, like I said, there's only 9 that I have to keep up with. And then I'm just going to set them aside over here so they don't spill. But I want to check these 9s out. I think these are going to be cool. Cool, cool. Now, these are big. Really big. So they're not going to really line up. That's okay. Let's see. Okay. They don't pick up as well as the smaller ones. You gotta pick them up just right. And you can't multi-place on these because, you know, they're all willy-nilly. Man, I feel like there was something I needed. Whenever I have a thought about something I want to tell y'all, I should write it down so I can remember to tell you. Oh, well, I guess I should let you know. I do have a Facebook group. It's called Diamonds and Doxies. It's on Facebook. I will try to remember to link it down below if you'd like to join. I'd love to have you. We're not very big. We're pretty small. It's a pretty small group. But I love our group, so, you know. No drama, you know, no one's even tried to bring any drama into it. I'm really not, you know, I don't want to bash any company at all. I mean, you like who you like, and you buy from who you buy from. I would prefer that people buy licensed kits, but, you know, I know that's a contentious issue, so if you don't, you don't. That's okay too. But I will say I follow some different people on like Instagram and stuff. And some of these kits, I'm like, oh, where did you buy that? Because I don't ever want to buy that. I mean, it's like that. It's supposed to have words, and you can't even see the words. And I had, because I mean, when I first started diamond painting, you know, I think just like the rest of us, I had no idea what I was doing. So of course, I bought from Amazon, and Amazon does have some decent kits. You know, Diamond Art Club sells on there, right? But you know, I was like, I don't even know about this. So I, you know, one of my first kits, well, not my first, but probably my second or third kit, it was like, it was supposed to say something. It was dachshunds. It was supposed to say something, and it was like, you couldn't. I got to the words, and I was like, you can't tell what this is trying to say. And I just like, I dumped it. I was like, nope, you go in the trash. Now, I had another one that, yes, it was very pixelated, because, again, I was new, and I didn't know about size and all that stuff. And it's very pixelated, but at a distance, it looked fine. I can't say that I've ever bought any on Temu, because I think by the time I heard about Temu, I already knew that, you know, they were selling unlicensed, or they were selling stolen artwork, I should say. And so I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Or AliExpress. I have bought other stuff, but I don't anymore, because I am not even kidding you. My first purchase, within 5 minutes, I was getting some of the most outlandish junk mail. I mean, like pornography junk mail. I'm like, what are you doing? Just sitting there selling? As soon as the email address comes through, selling? Is that where you're making your money? Selling people's, you know, email? I don't know. But, all right, that's all the 9s there. So anyway, so I'm not going to judge you, you know. I don't know why. I'm more about quality over quantity. It's kind of my thing. You know, I'd rather have one great kit, large kit, than, you know, 20 cheap small kits. But that's just me. I'm the same way with puzzles. You know, I like good puzzles. And so, let's see, what is 3? 3818 right here. So I always bought good puzzles because, you know, trying to put together a cheap puzzle is no fun. Yep. The picture peels up from the cardboard or whatever. Yeah. So I'm the same way with, uh-oh, a little bit of static in here, with puzzles too. Speaking of puzzles, I got rid of about 15 puzzles. You know, I've been carrying, well, I've done quite a few at this house, or my old house, I should say. But it's like, you know, you're probably not going to do them again. The thing is they hold memory for me. You know, I was like, oh, I remember working on it. I was so pleased with it. And, you know, it's like, but you're not going to do it again. Well, no. So I put them in my neighborhood group for free, and they went pretty quickly. Pretty quickly. I mean, I know I could have donated them to, you know, like one of the senior centers or something, but, you know, some people have kids. Maybe we have a lot of 2-generational homes, you know, where there's like for the family, and then there's like a little efficiency apartment, but it's got a bedroom, living room, a kitchen, like a kitchenette, really, not a full kitchen. And it's designed for, you know, your parents to live there. So we have quite a few of those. They're not called multi-generational, I don't think, because it's just 2, but maybe it is. I don't know. But I do think it's sweet that people, you know, let their, you know, their parents live there. Some of them, you know, their husbands have died, so the mom stays there, or vice versa. The man next door to Jacob, I think his wife had died, so the son was like, you know, of course it was his mom who died, like, you know, come stay here. And so it's been really good because they also get a single garage, and he's an amazing woodworker, and that's where he has all of his woodworking tools set up. So yeah. So I think it's a great idea. They're pretty popular over here as well, but you really probably wouldn't want it unless, I mean, you'd have a whole space that, you know, I guess you could use it as like a guest suite, but, you know, I don't know. I was talking to one of the ladies. She rides her tricycle around here. Super, super sweet lady. And she had to sell, well, she didn't have to, but she did. Well, her and her husband did. Sold their house on 50 acres in Alvin and moved here, you know, to be with her daughter who's a nurse. And I was like, oh my gosh, you know, that would be hard. And she was like, yeah, it was very hard. And she wasn't convinced she liked it, and I don't blame her. She'd lived there, I think she said 50 years. Like, oh, you know, I lived here 5, y'all. And I thought, this, yeah, there's way too much packing to do here. So I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. And she used to, you know, she had a whole group that she was friends with, and they'd go out to lunch, and, you know, and it's a little bit of a drive from here. So she doesn't get to do that very much. And she said she's a very social person. So I really do like these Addison Lane kits. There's a few companies on Etsy that make these. Oh, I hear Maggie in there barking. My gosh, this morning we went and ate breakfast and then came home, and I needed to go over to my house because I'd left, the recycling was today, so I needed to pull the recycling can out, and they had come, so I needed to put it back inside the garage. And was in my garage and I hearing this screaming and just, God, it's like, what, someone is getting mutilated or something, you know? And, well, the closer I got back over here to Max's, I was like, it's the dang dogs. And he was like, oh my God. He goes, did you know that Maggie and Gus can howl? Because Snoopy's howled before, but I said, no, I did not know that. He goes, well, that's what they were doing. I said, well, it sounded like, you know, they were being murdered or something. He was like, no, they were just happy to see you, or see him. So I was like, okay, well, gee, we weren't even, you know, we were gone for maybe an hour. Like, we've been gone a lot longer in the past. And then when we came back from closing, he was like, here, you go in and you'll see what it's like. They were like, oh, hey, Mom. I was like, well, I see here now that I am being replaced. So that's okay. I'm glad the pups are happy. I swear, well, Gus is, you know, home is wherever I am. He just wants to be wherever I am. But Snoopy, I thought for sure he'd be like, oh no, you know, I want to go back over to that house. That's my yard. And he has not. He has not. Even before we got rid of the gate and put in a fence, so they couldn't. Gus would come over. Snoopy, nope, he'd stay here. He was perfectly fine. He didn't care. I think he's always liked Max's house better, honestly. Because even when, you know, not too long after we moved in and they were still building houses over here, he would come over to Max's. And I think it was because he was afraid of, well, he's definitely afraid of flies, y'all. I've never seen a dog as afraid of a fly as he is. And he knows there's a fly before you know there's a fly. Now, he doesn't mind bees. He doesn't mind wasps. He doesn't mind any of those. He tries to chase those. But a fly, he literally freaks out. Like, he needs to be, if we had a lot of flies, I'd have to put him on medication. Because he freaks out. So Max was like, well, you know, and then, of course, they were still building houses out here, so there was a lot of hammering for roofs and stuff. But, I mean, Max still had you know, he could hear all that from his house, but I don't know. But even one time, I guess he heard a fly at Max's, and he went and hid in the bathroom behind the toilet. It's like, dude, he will try to climb on top of your head if he hears a fly. But now if he hears a bee, he's like, boy, I'm going to eat you. I'm like, Snoopy, don't be stupid. That's going to leave an owie. But he hasn't been stung so far. Lily got stung one time because she would try to eat bees too. The spicy sky raisins. And, yep, her little mouth, it was sad, but it was also funny because her little snout, you know, they have little skinny snouts, but it swelled up so big. It's like, oh no, Lily. But he hasn't gotten bitten yet, so I still haven't taken him over to the new house yet. So I think they might get out, and plus there's workers there, and yeah, maybe this weekend. Gus hates riding a car. Maggie hates riding a car. Snoopy's happy about it. So maybe I'll take Snoop. Because Gus and Maggie hate the car. Gus will just start crying. Even if I hold him, he'll start crying. He just does not like riding in the car. He doesn't get sick though, so there's that. He pooped in his car seat one time. This was early on, because he does, when he gets nervous, that's what happens. And, you know, taking him to the vet, and I'm like, oh my God, what is that smell? It's like, oh, Gus. And I kind of stopped at the light and I look back there and he's trying to cover it up with his blanket. I'm like, oh, jeez. So needless to say, that blanket went away, went in the dumpster with this poops in it. But that's not, he hasn't done that since, so that's good. I may have to take a break. I can't sit like this. I can't stay in one position, whether it's standing or sitting for very long with my back. I keep thinking, you know, next year I'll go and go, okay, let's check everything, okay? I know I have a herniated disc from several, well, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. But I think it may be worse, you know? So. But I need to find out, see if surgery is an option. But the only thing is I don't know if the doctor I would use or want to use is covered under insurance. And I think the doctor does matter. And Max had a great one. So I'd like to use him, but I don't know. It's a PPO. No, it's not a PPO. We can't get PPOs anymore through our wonderful healthcare.gov. So it's only HMO. No, I'm not a fan of it. Thank you very much. I liked it better when insurance was just, you know, here's how much it cost you. You pay 20%, insurance pays 80%. Okay. Go see who you want to see. Okay, thank you. But everybody got into the, oh, I remember when the HMOs came out. Look, it's only, I could pay $5 to go to the doctor. And it's like, yeah, well, it's going to cost in the end. Yeah, it did. I'm not real fond of insurance companies anyway. They have too much say in your, they have more say than really your doctor does. I mean, your doctor can go, yes, this is what needs to be done. And they'll go, yeah, no, we're not going to do it that way. I'm like, and I mean, like, one of the medications that they quit covering on me was because I took 15 milligrams of it, right? They would cover 7.5 milligrams. So they would cover taking 2 7.5 milligrams, but they would not cover the 15. And it's like, why not? My doctor's like, well, you know, I could write a letter and a note, and they, you know, she goes, but honestly, I don't have good luck with insurance companies. Once they make up their mind, they, you know, like, don't confuse me with the facts. My mind is made up. So, but I ended up getting off of that medicine anyways. Because, well, first of all, I was having to pay full price for it. And not that it was expensive. It really wasn't compared to, you know, how medications can be. But I ended up going with something different because it was causing me, it was also an appetite, anyway, you were hungry all the time. It was to help people gain weight. They actually use it in cats for them to, like, if they're sick. They use it in dogs too, if they're sick, to gain weight. But it also helped with sleep and anxiety. And yeah, so I got on something else. But, you know, I was like, that doesn't even make sense. So, and so far I have not been real pleased with Blue Cross Blue Shield. So I don't know that I'll use them again this year. We have to re-enroll. Honestly, I'll be kind of glad when I get to Medicare because, you know, I want to be able to go, well, of course, not all doctors take Medicare, now do they? But I'd like to be able to go where I want to go. So, I guess those days are over. But, I mean, I do make sure that my PCP is on there because I've been going to her for almost 15 years and I love her. And she knows me, I know her. You know, we've got a camaraderie, so they have an office. The group I use has an office in Friendswood. And she was like, oh no, are you going to leave us for Friendswood? And I was like, heck no. So if I had to take a plane here, I would. But I said, if ever you're not here, because that has happened before, and I had to go see someone else in the practice. And I was like, I'll just go to Friendswood. She goes, yeah, they got good doctors there too. So, goodness. How people only single place is beyond me. I know people do it. I did too for a long time. But it's just tedious and tedious and tedious. As I always say, my favorite part is the beginning and the end. The middle part, yeah, no. After a little bit, the fun, it's like, oh, the newness wears off. And it's like, I just want to be done. But I'm going to do that Christmas tree up here. And then I am going to call it, what have I done? Where is the, good night. Don't tell me I threw it away. I don't see it. Where is the bag? Oh, y'all. Oh, goodness. Don't see it in here either. I don't know where. Oh, here it is. I guess my fan blew it over all onto the floor. Whew. I didn't get these up, you know. Really not necessary. All right, now 8 is 972, which is this one here. Oh, these got a little static on too, but I think I'll have enough to do what I need to do without having to care about static too much. I think these are acrylics though. I don't think they're, so the static isn't bad, but I don't think these are resin. I could be wrong. Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to change out my glue dot. It's all those ABs on that Sugar Skull Dachshund. Oh, I know Max was finally like, you know, because I was really doing it because the Dachshund really looks a lot like Maggie. And he was like, you're not working on it, so why don't you move on to something else that you enjoy? I was like, you know, you're right. So, okay, that's done. That's done, so I will save the rest for later. And hopefully there'll be an unboxing from me soon. And in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope you'll give me a comment. If you're not subscribed, I hope you'll consider doing so. Obviously, it doesn't cost a penny, but it does help my channel. So if you'd like to help my channel, I would love that. That would make me very, very happy. So anyway, everyone, have a great rest of your morning, day, week. You know, it's about Friday afternoon for me, so almost 3. So anyway, and I will see you later. Bye.